Hey everybody, so today we decided to hop over the mountain over into western North Carolina, and we ended up stopping at the Western North Carolina Air Museum. Yep, you read it there on the side of the building behind me. And now this must have been hit pretty hard with Hurricane Helene. They just reopened. And so let's go check this out and follow us.
Yes.
So nothing like pulling in the parking lot and that beauty is sitting in the parking lot.
She's a beauty.
It's a beauty. So cool.
Some people really are into the radios and the technology. So along that wall is some of that appeals to folks with.
Oh my gosh, an ejection seat.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put Stephanie in one of those.
Oh no, you don't want any chicks.
I just figure watching all the Bond movies, right, with the ejection seats.
That's right. And I've when you're watching those and you think, what if you pull that lever? It wouldn't
Don't
go.
touch the red button.
That would be cute. Oh, I see stuff
there's
and
even
think, oh, it would be fun to sit in that and take my picture, maybe, but I don't dare.
Oh, wow. It's just stunning. You know, the things that you could learn right here in the schematics of the ejection seat.
Yeah.
Was that something that if you're a member, they would help children get
The
into?
Civil Air Patrol, and there was a group here, and the 17-year-old had been flying. I don't know if maybe you're 16 and can, I should know, get into Civil Air Patrol. But they will help you because it's expensive to take flying lessons now.
Oh, I can imagine.
And they would help someone that's interested in flying, the Civil Air Patrol, when you're young. But what I'm interested in is I see 5 and 10-year-olds really be interested.
Well, they
And
start by playing with their little Matchbox airplanes, and
they
they're
do.
right.
And one 11-year-old knew names of, just was totally educated with aircraft and too young to join Civil Air Patrol. So my thought with this museum is to create a club of the young ones, doesn't matter how old, maybe.
That's fair. Farmers got 4-H. Why not?
Exactly. So then, more people are local than I imagined would show up here. So at least we'll send them a newsletter telling them, have kid interesting.
That's really exciting.
Maybe twice a year they can come down and.
That's
So
so
that's
exciting.
my little 2 cents.
I think
The cockpit simulator.
We're all blown away. The Hurricane Helene worked when they didn't have this.
Here's some of the engines they have in these. I'm not going to pretend to know much about it, but
we were just talking about how much a little kid could ream from the information they could get from this. They would be like, they could work on these, they could build these,
yeah.
they could fly these.
And there's a carburetor. Another one. Yeah, now that plane,
Honey,
I would
it's
say
called-
is a little jet.
1977 Parker Formula 1.
The Wild Turkey. Now see, that's what I would want to fly. That is so awesome. I would have to be the skinny version of myself
This is
to fit in there.
1978 before it came in here in the hangar. What a stunner.
Atlantic Coast Air Races. And it's a lot of information in here. Piper Cub.
Wow. Look at that, sweetheart.
Yeah, you know, the thing I was noticing was the different wheels that they have on some of these. Like some are like that, but then some are like more like a bicycle wheel that I've noticed on some of the older ones.
Yeah, it's well, very unique. There's an example of the spokes and the bicycle wheel.
Right.
With the propellers too, from
wood
to aluminum and steel.
Yeah. And then they got the pants in here, I guess, to catch the oil. Some
Now
of
I'm
them are
telling
leaking.
you, it's not an overwhelming, terrible smell at all, but it brings home some history. I mean, when you're walking in and amongst these planes,
Yeah, just
and
Snoopy.
and you get a nice whiff of some oil pan. I'm telling you what, it's just adorable. It's just really set up super well.
And the funny thing is now I was just talking about, we just showed Snoopy there. And then
The Red Baron,
yeah, the Red Baron.
1892 to 1918.
Now they were saying that all the planes in here could fly. So, which is cool.
You know, somebody just decided that you needed a lot of wings. And yet this one is actually older.
1917.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I know. Well, that's 1915 with two. But not long after, they discovered they can put just one wing, and it'll fly. So all of that extra work and all of the guy wires and all of this was necessary maybe because these flew. Now they did have trouble without the two double wings, and these went, actually when they came along, because this one is 1917 with the single wing, but it had trouble. It looks to me, not being an aerodynamic person, that it should be longer wings. If it's going to have one set,
Right, you would think
you would think that it would really need to be longer to make up for that double, lift that the wing has.
That's a cool plane right there. 1930. One pilot, 3 passengers. Take a look inside of this one. Here's a sport fire. Max speed 140 mile an hour. And everybody needs a jacket like that.
And then you got your Top Gun
Yeah.
jumper,
Right. Different compasses and gauges.
I see parachutes, love.
Yeah, up there. Model planes are cool.
Oh, aviation photography, babe.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's a bomb site.
How it lit this case up.
Yeah, and the
Sign.
This is the famous Norton bomb site used by the United States Army, Air Force, and Navy during World War II, the Korean, and the Vietnam Wars. It was an early tachometric design which combined optics, a mechanical computer, and an autopilot for the first time to not only identify a target, but fly the airplane to it. The bomb site directly measured the aircraft's ground speed and direction, which older types could only estimate with lengthy manual procedures. The Norton further improved on older designs by using an analog computer that continuously recalculated the bomb's impact point based on changing flight conditions, and an autopilot that reacted quickly and accurately to changes in the wind and other effects. Ultimately, the Norton bomb sight increased bombing accuracy from only 20% to about 50%, and was the third most expensive World War II project in the U.S. Unfortunately, the bomb sight did not perform well over Japan in World War II due to the strong jet stream over the island, which was not well understood at the time. The problems this caused resulted in the Air Force abandoning precision bombing over Japan. In its place, blanket bombing with incinerators was adapted, which created firestorms, destroying large parts of the cities, which in turn destroyed the military targets with little need for accuracy. Help save
Look at
civilian
these.
lives.
Yeah, that's definitely like Top Gun looking, right? That I recall. In the cabin hat. Gas masks? No, probably oxygen masks.
Yeah.
And helmets. Yep, like the quintessential bomber helmet and goggles. So interesting. Aviation aircraft communication section.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great little box.
The radios.
I guess they'd leave those, oh, they had handles to carry them when they would go out in the field and they had to leave their airplane. Survival vest.
World War II.
Just artwork alone and the reference library that they have available in this museum is just stunning. Not to mention all the examples of planes over the years. But they still make these as a kit.
Yeah.
And they're viable flying machines.
Yeah.
I need one.
Everybody needs one.
Then you see all the bookshelves here. The water and mud was up to the third.
Third bookshelf.
Yeah, third bookshelf from Hurricane Helene. The roving Red Ranger. I don't even know what I said.
Oh, that's a gorgeous plane. Wow. They're all gorgeous and
Yeah.
well preserved and hung in this great hangar as museum pieces. Wright Brothers one is fantastical, right? And
And
even 1982 glider.
It's the only one in here that won't actually fly.
Maybe 3 days
It's
before
a
that.
reproduction.
But it's something special to see.
Yeah, it
in
is still
person.
cool.
Configuration of the whole tube.
They have a bunch of models up there. This is
They
cool.
are
Which, I mean,
amazing.
that first one is a model of the plane we're standing right beside right now. So it's a replica of it.
I'd love to take that out there to the landing
Oh,
or
my.
the field to the
Right.
strip, right?
Right?
I mean, it's actually a very
And these are the bigger planes.
I have no idea.
Oh my
And some World
goodness.
War One.
What amazing, amazing collection. My goodness. Artwork.
Oh, look at the gun.
Whoa,
It's a Lewis machine gun, 1911.
gosh.
And what's this? A 1914 replica of a World War One machine gun
Vickers.
and a Vickers machine gun.
1914?
What?
Is that what it said? 1914 machine
Yeah,
gun.
that there.
Look what is above your head.
What's above my
A
head?
1915 Jenny. Where would you? The machine gun would be the heaviest thing on it. Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
Oh,
she says.
wooden lay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Amazing. Oh, that's the construction of the wing.
No, that's the body there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that would be the cockpit. And then back.
I see it now. Okay, it's like looking at me. I see
Right.
it. Like a sideways ship. Okay.
More World War One stuff. Pretty awesome place.
What? Look, there's an example of the machine gun above
Yeah, on top.
the biplane.
And then they have a couple other hangars here. And they actually have 2 runways, right? A grass one and a paved one.
Correct. And the museum owns the grassed one.
So I did want to point out that the museum admission is free, and they ask for a donation. You like the Rolls Royce?
Well, obviously. And I wonder if that's how many Nazi planes it took out.
I don't know. That's a good question. So I was gonna sign Steph-N-Lee up for flying lessons here,
that's
but
funny.
but she already knows how to fly one of these. So
That's funny.
Whacking.
so they even have a little.
Rubber band power, long distance flyers, little gliders. Lots of cool souvenirs and kits for the kids that come through here. Look, babe,
Yeah. So
that's terrific. Coloring books. And these things. Well, keep this in the car for every time you pull into a park.
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty awesome stuff. And you get a little nicer one. And they even have NASA caps and spaceships. An astronaut doll. All right, so what did you think of the airplane museum?
Wonderful, wonderful place full of historic knowledge,
Yeah.
full of places to dig deeper into history and put eyes on these things that nobody gets close to. I mean, unless you're part of this world of being a pilot or a
Right.
mechanic or a hangar, there is no way to get close to this world unless you're at this museum.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. It's like this is a little known museum. They said they get people all the time that, well, I live right up the road and I didn't even know it existed. So-
Hendersonville, North Carolina this area was devastated by Helene, and they are just now reopened and cleaned up.
Yep.
And looking great. And you can tell.
And this is actually the first time I've ever been in an air museum. I've never been in one before. So pretty cool. I really enjoyed it.
So cool.
Yeah.
So we got some things.
Stephanie had to get some things.
We have to get some things that document our memorable trips, and we have a little glider that we'll put together and stain later, and some etchings
Yep.
from some of the most cool planes that were hanging in here.
Yeah. So we want to thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And until next time, have a Steph-N-Lee day.